China has hit behind following U.S. tariff on China consumer goods came in impact and CEO Donald Trump card endangered to levy more than. China's trade ministry told it had lodged a new appeal in the Planet Trading Organization, WTO. Meantime, Russia has announced additional duties on U.S. imports in retribution for over U.S. steel tariff. Beijing has charged the U.S. of start the greatest trading war in economical story. U.S. tariff on $34 billion, pound, of China consumer goods came in impact on Friday. China retaliated by formidable a such 25% rate on 545 U.S. means, consisting cars, soybeans and lobsters, as well cost a full of $34 billion. Russia is representing additional duties on a band of means imported of the U.S. how can be replaced by local done equivalents. They involve way building machinery, means for the oil and gas production, and toolkit utilized in mountain. Mr. Trump card has already superimposed tariff on imported wash machines and sunny panels, and begun charge levies on the imports of steel and aluminum of the Europe Association, Mexico and Canada. The U.S. tariff superimposed so far would influence the counterpart of 0.6% of world trading and expense for 0.1% of world gross domestic product, on to Morgan Stanley. The U.S. CEO told America might goal China consumer goods cost $500 billion, the full importance of China imports in 2017. The White's building had previous told it would consult on tariff on else $16 billion of means, that Mr. Trump card has offered could go in impact after the monthly. Mr. Trump card told, thou include else $16 trillion in 2 weeks, and later, as you aware, we include $200 billion in suspension, and later following the $200 billion, we include $300 billion in suspension. Okay. So we include 50 advantage 200 advantage nearly 300. The US tariff are the outcome of Mr. Trump card's try to defend US jobs and halt which he telephone call unjust transfers of US technique and intelligent characteristic to China. By Tara McKelvey, White's building interviewer over the trading warfare, down there is dispute during the Trump card authority. Hardliners such as Peter Navarro, a trading politics advisor, says the U.S. is protecting himself versus an violent China. Meantime, several of the officials who previous treated for the Obama authority, named as holdovers, are hoping to fill downward the US-China dispute. The stress among these factions is sometimes on screen in the Western fender. I've seen two hardliners fight above a dais, competing for a opportunity to speak Trump card's severe communication on economical issues. Time the holdovers sit calmly at the party of the chamber. The reflects a greater department in the White's building. Trump card and his nearest aides are hard to give on drastic changing. Time such who supporting a more than careful attitude discover themselves meeting in silent. Trading war is never a decision, told China Prime Li Keqiang. China would never begin a trading warfare, but if any side resorts to an growth of tariff, later China will get measures in answer to defend growth interests. By the government-run British-tongue China Everyday paper told, this Trump card authority is behaving love a mob of hoodlums in its extortion of some countries, especially China. Russia says U.S. tariff on steel and aluminum, entered in March, will price its companies more than rather than part $1 trillion. Analysts at Banking of America Merrill Lynch prediction just a humble rise in the US-China fight, addition, yet, we can't guideline out a complete blown, economic downturn inducing trading warfare. Rob Carnell, head Asia political economist at Meadow, told, the is not economical Armageddon. We will not include to search our meal in pointed sticks. Yet it is using the brakes to a world economics how has less than lasting pulse rather than appears to be the instance. Automaker BMW told it could not consume all of the 25% rate on the cars it supplied to China of a factory in Spartanburg, Southward Carolina, and would include to lift prices. The new tariff had slight effect on Asiatic stockpile markets. The Shanghai Composite closed 0.5% high, but ended the 1 week 3.5% reduce, its 7th serial 1 week of losses. Tokyo closed 1.1% high and Europe markets were up more than rather than 1% in night trade up lathe adverse on Friday afternoon. Happy modernize yours web browser to type the substance.